Yeah. Okay. Okay, what about now? This is typical, we get a lot of people in and the sound plays up. Hey! Okay. People can hear us. Okay, I had a few... Okay, I think that's a problem with XSplit. I had a similar issue with it with my camera. I just had to basically remove my microphone as a source and stick it back up as a source. So, hooray! Okay, so now I'm no longer talking to myself. So there's plenty of people on. Basic Miniature Painting says hi all. Benny Boy Sutton says hello from Cotsey in Norwich. So we're actually not that far away from Norwich. And Basic Miniature Painting says hi from King's Lynn. So hello Basic Miniature Painting. Well, I'm actually going to be up that way next week. In that sort of area. Harry says hi all. Yeah, we've got a lot of comments saying no sound. I'm going to butcher your name, I'm sorry. Is that Paniotis? Hello from Greece. Awesome. A lot of comments about the sound, but I'm glad it's going well. So, Benny Boy Sutton says, what's tonight's topic? Well, tonight I'm going to be painting these scouts. And what I just need to do, I'm going to have I realise you can pop the chat out now, so that's quite handy. So I can read that a bit better. You might notice I've got my email address. I've got a new email address. That's in the bottom right hand corner. If anyone wants to send me any interesting pictures of miniatures they're working on or anything, we can show them. So yeah, I'm going to be painting the scouts tonight. I got the 4 ones with sniper rifles. I do like their cloaks and stuff. As for anything to talk about, I'm thinking we could talk about 8th edition, because so much has been happening and so much information has been coming out of 8th edition. It'd be a good topic to talk about as well. Alex Attempts Tabletop says hello from Plymouth. Paniotis, please tell me if I'm getting your name right. Says, dude, your channel rocks, keep it up, thank you. Josie from Green Stuff Games told me you're awesome. Yeah, Green Stuff Games was here last week and we helped him get a lot of extra subs for his channel. So that was really cool. So I've got 2 Greeks in here. So Harry's Greek as well. Awesome. So yeah. Space Marine stats have been linked along with Blood Angels. Oh, I didn't see the Blood Angel stuff. And hello Karen. Oh, yeah, I pronounced your name right. Yeah, and Tao, really. See, I've missed all this stuff, so yeah, feel free to discuss that. Also, as always, tell me what you're working on. I'm always interested to know what people are working on. Tao got very nerfed. Really. I know a certain Tao player who'd be really upset about that. And a lot of non-Tao players who probably won't be as upset, but no, it's never nice for an army to get nerfed. Basic Manager Painting said, I'd love a few subs, been stuck on 70 for a while. I paint 40k, AOS and World War II. Well, I'll certainly check out your channel. I think Green Stuff Games was on a similar thing and got up to about 100, so I think snipers could be strong in 8th. Don't they get to target independent characters? Yeah, I think they do. Obviously, you can't target independent characters unless they're the closest model, but I think sniper rifles can, which is really good, and yeah, it could make them strong. Could make sniper scouts a decent, cheap troop choice. Underdog Painting says, hey matey, hello Underdog. So I'm just getting some greys together. I'm going to do like an urban digital camo, which I actually need to get up on the other monitor. Let's give a chat back up. Caradon Fawn says, hey guys, hello Wayne. So we need an almost black. I don't want to go pure black, but I want a very, very dark grey. So I may... I've got mechanical sand. We'll use... I don't know if it's actually... I think it's actually lighter than that. So we might mix one up. We'll mix one up with some black. And the dog paint says you have loads of scouts for his flesh tearers. Yeah, these are going to be for my Emerald Aces army. Looking around for a brush now. I've also changed the lighting here, so we've got a light coming from this direction now. So I can show you a few things I've been working on. So I've been working on a couple of Stormcast characters. These aren't finished, mind you. But I started work on these guys. I have loads of Stormcast stuff I need to paint, so I try and just do some every now and then. Anyone who's been on our Instagram page would have seen that I've started on Vulcan as well. So he's slowly getting there. If anybody says he's popping in and out of stream, currently getting ready for work tomorrow. Fair enough. Alex Attempts Tabletop said I did digital urban camouflage for my scouts. Looks nice as it breaks up a bit. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for as well. Their armor's... Well, I don't have much in terms of armor, but that's going to be like the Emerald Aces sort of green. And I don't know what colour to do. Well, I guess I'll have to do like an urban sort of greyish on the trousers as well. But I'll probably keep the inside of the cloaks just simple and then do a camo pattern on the back. Basic miniature painting. As I'm watching you at work, I'll be working on my Zinch Demon Prince Tuesday. Awesome. So I think the easiest way to do this is to start with the lighter colour first. And then just work way up. Hopefully, it will go alright. So I've got my wet palette with me today. You guys might have seen the video of how I just made a cheap little one. It's far too hot and muggy to use anything but a wet palette at the moment. I don't know how anyone else in the UK is finding it at the moment, but it's just really muggy at the moment. And if I use a regular palette, my paint is just drying up so fast. So I don't know. These are obviously primed grey, so... And I'll try... This is probably the best camera angle we're going to get, I'm afraid. Yeah, Wayne's been painting some scouts for his Caradons. We're trying to get him to get some shark miniatures to use as bikes, but he's having none of it. Currently working on 10 from a Shadow Wall kill team. Might do urban on their cloaks too. Which paints are you using? Well, so far I'm using Administratum Grey, and then it'll be Eshin Grey, and then maybe a mixture of Eshin Grey and black for the darker colour. Like, you could go all the way black. So, yeah, we'll talk a bit about 8th, and also maybe a little bit about our Shadow War campaign. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that, but the first 2 videos are up. The next one is scheduled to go up on Thursday, and I think it'll be Mondays and Thursdays for the remainder of the campaign. But we've filmed about 5 now, and we're going to do 2 or 3 more tomorrow. Chava says wet palette for the win. Yeah, it's just way too hot. And we don't often get to say that in the UK. Are there any rules in 8th you don't like the sound of, or do you like it all so far? I am liking all of it, actually. I did see the rules for the Obliterators, which I really don't like, because they've lost a lot of character. They just don't feel like Obliterators anymore. But in regards to the general rules, I'm actually liking a lot of it. I know, obviously, a lot of it's taken from Age of Sigmar. So, I quite like the Age of Sigmar rules. I do wish they had a bit more to them. And it looks like this 40k will have some more advanced rules to them. So I think Age of Sigmar could do with some more terrain rules. and maybe changing how you shoot in and out of combat. Which 40k with 8th edition seems to cover all that. Although I still would have liked maybe a hit modifier instead of a save modifier in regards to cover. But I think overall that shouldn't make a massive difference. So I'm probably going to have to use a couple of coats of this, even though we're going grey on grey. 2 thin coats and all that. I haven't decided which shade of grey to do the inside, so I'm just going to concentrate on the outside of the cloaks for now. I've got the other scouts lined up at the back in case we want to just batch paint, like the gas masks and the heads, if we get round to that. So I've got so many windows open at the moment. We've got 15 people in. That's really cool. I'm actually thinking if I move that over there. Again, this live stream and stuff's all new to me, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. I watched a few videos on using the software and that, so there's quite a lot you can do with it. So in the future you'll probably see more cool stuff on the stream. So what about you guys? Anything in 8th that you don't like? Thank you, Benny Boy Saturn says, doing a great job streaming so far. I really enjoy it. Just chatting away to you guys while I'm building or painting. It's really cool. And the positive feedback is always welcome. I'm just checking that I haven't missed anything out the front on these. So it just goes over the shoulder a little bit. Good thing about it being so muggy though is that the paint does dry very quick on the miniatures, so we shouldn't be sitting around waiting for paint to dry when we're batch painting anything. Zart, is that his pronounce your name? Zarch? Or Jot? Says IG unit. These are scouts. These are Space Marine scouts. They've just got different heads. I assume that's what you're asking. Last week we put gas mask heads on them. So I thought I've saved them for this week to paint. So yeah, the stuff I showed you earlier is what I've been painting this week. I've done a few other little bits and pieces. I've started today on Promethean pipes as well. So hopefully we'll see them in the Shadow War campaign. So we just need a bit more variety of terrain. You might notice once you watch through these videos that a lot of the terrain's very similar, but we're trying to get some more done. It'll all be on the same battle map because it's all meant to be in the same city. Alex attempts Tabletops is not huge on the Primaris Marines, but they're growing on me. Just don't want to see entire armies of them, etc. Yeah, I think we will though. I like them, I like the idea. It's just GW's way of making Space Marines bigger, isn't it? Obviously there's been such a scale creep in Age of Sigmar from Fantasy, and I think it's going to happen in 40k as well. It wouldn't surprise me in 5-10 years that we'll only see Primaris Marines. Harry says, since I'm an Age of Sigmar only player, I'm really hoping they Sigmarize 40k now. Easy to pick up and playing with anyone really. We'll get more people into the hobby. Yeah, absolutely will. It's sort of gone that way. It'll be a little bit more complicated, but the basic rules, they're essentially the same. Slight difference, obviously. You still have like a wound table, but it's a lot simplified, and I really like that. My toughness 6 chaos spawn, my Nurgle chaos spawn, don't like it as much because things are probably going to be like strength 4 is just going to wound them on 5+ now rather than 6s. So there's not much benefit against regular standard stuff from going to toughness 5 to 6, unfortunately. Basic miniature painting is working on some Volkite Berserker Dwarfs. Yeah, I really like them. I wouldn't mind getting some to add to my Caradron Overlords eventually. Primaris Marines will be whole armies for those who can't do tactics. Yeah, possibly. They're quite powerful. But we'll see how the game plays. Obviously, you'll have your stratagems and stuff, so we'll have to play a bit tactically. So, you might just start hearing system sounds. I can turn that off, actually. There we go. Has anyone else seen the Land Raider with a turret on top of it? Any news on that yet? Yeah, I saw that. I assume that'll be a new vehicle for the Primaris Marines. That's very cool. I wouldn't really want all their basic vehicles to be like Land Raider size though, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's what we do see. I hope it costs an arm and a leg of a dozen Primaris Marines, both in points and money. Probably would in money. David Stretch says, I quite relish the idea of only building and painting 5 minis for a unit of Primaris Marines. Yeah, I suppose that's one bonus, isn't it? An army of them will probably be quite small and elite. And not much painting required. Which is quite nice. And obviously being Marines, they're probably mostly going to be one colour, so you could spray or airbrush the base coat, and you're already halfway there. I haven't decided what scheme to go. I might do a new chapter when I get some. I haven't decided yet. I want to see some of the schemes for the new chapters. See if there's anything that would catch my eye. If not, I was thinking maybe doing like a coloured metallic or something. Be quite cool. I apologise that I'm sort of where I'm painting is like over one side of the screen. I can't get the camera any nearer. I could move it slightly, but there's not much to see over that way. So sorry, I'm giving people motion sickness. Okay, I might actually do one more thin coat on these. I know just watching me paint grey on grey is exciting, but once we start adding the other colours, we're going to get into the good stuff. So I'll just give them a few seconds to dry. Oh, it actually got the cloak for Vulcan as well, that I've been painting. So it's just very simple, just ogre and camo, and then just dry brushed up lighter colours. But it works. I'm just keeping it simple. And I've done his head. I don't know if that'll focus much on his face, but I actually followed the Duncan video for painting Salamander skin, and that came out quite nice. It's a bit hard to see on camera, but I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, I just want something different to work on. So I thought I'd work on Vulcan. So Harry says, can anyone in chat help me understand 40k? So there are Space Marines, and they are split in chapters. So Imperial Fists and Co. have the same faction, but you can choose which one to have. Yeah, think of them as just like, you got the different factions for like Stormcast and that. Essentially, Space Marines have 1,000 different chapters. All with like 1,000 Marines in each. So yeah, like Imperial Fist will be one of the chapters. So you can have a whole army of that. It's literally, with a lot of them, it's literally just different colour schemes. They do have slightly different rules. It's very similar to how it works in Age of Sigmar with some of the newer factions. Benny Boy Sutton says, I'm a Tyranid player and I'm currently not working on anything yet. I'm waiting for the books to come out so I can find out what works well. And more importantly, what's fun to play. Yeah, I mean, that's the important thing. But it does sound like Nids are going to get a big boost. And we were saying the other day they might be one of the most improved armies in 40k. That's what we're thinking. I'll certainly be dusting off my Tyranids to use in a bat rep or two. And I'm looking forward to getting my Orcs out as well. So just one more thing coat of this. And then we'll be starting the pattern. Now I don't think I've done a sort of urban camo pattern on anything before, so this will be new to me. So that's a bit too thin. I'll just add a bit more. Yeah, so as Jab's saying on the chat, the Space Marine chapters are similar to how Stormcast is split into different groups, such as Hallowed Knights and stuff. I realised it's getting dark and I haven't actually got the light on. Hey, there we go. Also, just very quickly, just bear with. There we go. Just realised this is going to be fun when it goes up onto YouTube and there's like no sound for the first few minutes. Yeah, I don't know why XSplit was like that. Unfortunately, whilst I can test the video quite easily, testing the sound is a bit of a different story. Harry says, thanks guys, think we'll go with Space Marines even though everyone else does. Yeah, why not? Especially if you're just getting into 40k. Yeah, as Wayne's saying on the chat, best force for someone just getting into the game, easy to learn. There's so many ways you can go with Space Marines anyway. They've got a lot of different options. You can do a bike heavy force and white scars, or you can do more sort of tanks and heavier stuff, you know. Yeah, they're, as Benny Boy says, they're a great first army. I think all of us have played Space Marines at some point if we're 40k players. I actually started with Chaos, mind you. But then Chaos Space Marines, especially back in 3rd. Essentially just Space Marines with demons. Made sure I got plenty of water. Stop my throat going dry because it's going to be even worse in this heat. Also, top tip, if you're painting, water bottles are better than cups. You can't dip your brush into them, so yeah, I'll just wait. That's quite a thin coat, so it won't take too long to dry. I'm thinking hopefully today as well I can get the helmets painted. I'm going to use Tinny Tin from Game Colour because it has a great name and it's a really, really cool colour as well. So I'm not going to use it now, but I'm going to give it a good shake because I can see where it's separated at the top. I mean, that's a good thing about having see-through paint pots is that you can see if the paint's separated badly or not. Which in most cases they have, no matter what company's paint you use. Okay, so there we go. Sorry, Firefox is just playing up a bit then. Why don't you just shake that paint, Craig? Yeah, I was still thinking he's more of a shake. Might as well do it now while I'm waiting for the other colours to dry. So I've got plenty of different photos up of urban digital camo to use as a reference. Well, for those of you who don't know what it looks like, just Google image it and plenty of examples. I do quite like sort of the sort of more of the icy blue, but I think I'm going to go with just a regular grey. I don't know. I'm getting tempted now to actually mix my to swap out my middle colour as something more icy. We do have. I don't know how well we have rust grey. I don't know how well it's going to work with the green armour though. Okay, we'll stick to regular grey. How I said, maybe I'll try painting them white for the most part with a very light blue glaze, so it looks like chrome, and then maybe use an iridescent medium. Yeah, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind using an iridescent medium on something actually, because that is really fun to use. That could work. You can actually get chrome paint if you really want to go fully chrome, all shiny and chrome. So we'll do our pattern, and I think at the end maybe we'll try and put a thin wash on to do the shadows. Okay. Just wondering whether we should have a lighter grey. For example, I'm seeing. Actually, looks like there's 4 different shades of grey on this one. But there's only small patches of a lighter grey, so we can come back in and do that. What's this? No, that's fine. Ashen grey it is. Plastic models shouldn't really need a varnish. Not normally, but unless you want them to be glossy. Not all my emerald laces are really glossy. But yeah, you don't really need to protect them with a gloss varnish or any varnish. Not in the same manner you do with resin and metal for sure. Add another 46 shades and then you got 50 shades, yeah. 50 shades of Scouts. Basic miniature painting says I've never varnished my minis. I very rarely do myself. Okay. I mean, there's no right or wrong way of doing this camo. I'm going to bring it over here. It's literally just painting in random shapes. They haven't even got to be greatly like neat or anything. Just it's all random here. This might end up looking terrible. But don't judge it until all 4 colours are on. Go on like that. Can we see the picture you're using as a reference? Yes, I'll save it and I'll whack it up in the corner or something. That'll actually be handy for me to have up here as well so I can see it. I'll just use this one. It's a bit pixelated. It's like sort of a pixel camo stuff, but alright. I'll save that. Source image. I think I'll save it in here. There we go. So that's what I'm using, and I'll just stick up the corner. So that's sort of effect we're going for. Obviously not as pixelated, because I'm not just gonna be drawing dots and dots and dots. So that's with that colour. There'll be 2 other greys going on here. So hopefully that will give us some sort of camo pattern. Hopefully. We can but hope. Obviously my light grey isn't as light as the almost white we've got on there, but I can always come back in with a lighter grey if I so wish. I'd like to be able just to hold it in a place where you can sort of see what I'm doing a bit better. So I hope that helps. So, the chat's gone a bit quiet, I've gone a bit quiet, we need to find some stuff to talk about. I'll just assume you're all mesmerised at my painting. So yeah, I'm really just winging it, just making it up as I go along. Vandus, hello! How are you today? Also, I can take this down now, so... Harry says, hi Vandus, you are late. Yeah, you're late to the party. Vandus is doing great. Says, how about you? I'm also doing great. Just finished my Gundabad Troll for the weekend. Awesome. As you can see, I'm painting some scouts. We're doing like an urban digital camo, or at least attempting. Vandus says, I'll show, just need to figure if I saved the email. I have a new email address if you want to send stuff to as well. It's on the screen. So just Craig at Bitzbox.co.uk, it's just easier. That way I can keep it separate from the actual Bitzbox stuff, and it's easier for you guys to remember. So you can see I'm not being too neat or too careful with this, I'm really just splashing on random bits of colour. At the end I'll probably put maybe like a non-oil wash over it all to deepen up the recesses, but right now it's just going to be slopping on a load of random colours in random places and hoping for the best, really. Harry says it's looking good already. Thank you. Hopefully it'll look even better. So now, do we do the darker colour? Yeah, we'll do the darker colour next. So I'm going to just go a little bit darker than Eshin Grey. I'm going to mix a tiny bit of black. Founder says it's 4 picks. That's cool. We'll have a little break to show them off. You'll be the first person, apart from myself, to send an email to this address as well. Provided no one else has beat you to it. That's way too much black. I always find when mixing black, you have to just use very small amounts and work your way up, because it can overpower a colour so easily. Ah yeah, I've got it. So your email's come through, Vander, so we'll look at that in a bit. I shan't forget. So, with a darker colour, again, we're just going in randomly. We can overlap, just do whatever really. So I'm going to come up. Not sure if that's even going to be dark enough. I don't know, it looks darker on camera than it does to the eye, but I think I want to go darker. Oh yeah, that's much better. So we'll just go over that. So probably don't want to be that thick with a lot of it. What chapter are these going to be? They're for my Emerald Aces, my just custom chapter. And they're actually like a dark green, but I want to do like an urban camo on the cloaks, as they're camo cloaks. Because the army's all based in like an urban theme. So we'll just do sort of zigzag them in. See, I don't like that. That looks like a bit of a Y, so I want to try and make it a bit more random. Something like that. We'll add a couple more cards in. Hopefully that'll come together. So it's all new to me, so if it looks crap, I apologise. Loving your stream, bud? Well, chilled. Yeah, I mean, it's just a place where we can just chill out, just chat, whilst I just paint or build. Here's just a hangout, essentially. But that's what it needs to be, doesn't it? But I want to try and, like, each one try and do a bit of a theme or something that we can talk about. Or just let it go with the flow. Harry says since he doesn't have anything new to share, he's going to send his own Chaos Rat spawn conversion. Yeah, send that. That sounds cool. Yeah, and I'll share some stuff. I'll do this sort of darker colour, and then I'll share a couple of emails. So I'll try and come over that angle more towards the camera. I'm going to keep forgetting to do that, but so it's important when you do this to actually make sure you just get it in the folds as well. It does feel weird not just following all the lines on a cloak. So I might have to go over these ones because it's drying a bit translucent. So, almost done with this darker grey. So I'll just let that dry, and then we'll go on with another sort of Y pattern. I'm not a massive fan of that, but that's fine. We'll put some other colours over that. Harry says, I've not had much time to paint over a week since he's having 2 jobs every day. And when he's not composing, he's working on his own tabletop game. Yeah, because you, yeah, you compose music, don't you? That's really cool. And you're working on your own tabletop game. Oh, I'd like to hear more details, like what sort of theme is it going to be and stuff. That's quite cool. So Wayne's saying, have guys seen any of our latest Shadow War? What do you think of it, and who do you want to win? Yeah, if anyone has seen it, we'd like some feedback for sure. Harry says it's like an Age of Empires game for tabletop. Cool. Hey, Mad Cow Crazy has finally joined us. Hello. No, you haven't missed much. I've started just doing some camo on the scouts. I mean, we had no sound for the first 5 minutes, so... Valdus said, did you obtain any exclusive or to be released model from the Fest? Well, we didn't go, so no. I do have the exclusive Custodes guy, though. Still in his box. Mad Cow says he's been busy reading all the new rules for 40k and he's got his demo box and indexes today. I hate you. So jealous right now. Well, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. We are hoping our local store will let us have a look at their copy and maybe even get a game in using their miniatures that we could film. But I am going away on Sunday, so we're going to have to be quick if we can get it up on YouTube before then. It all depends when they get theirs. Randa said he didn't go either, but he asked a friend to bring a troll brute for him, and that's on its way. Ah. Cool. Yeah, I don't even know what exclusive miniatures they had there. Benny Boy says, Genesis of a Broodlord could be a powerful unit, but I hope they aren't too overpowered. I enjoy a balanced game that swings both ways. Yeah, me too. But it does sound like they could be quite good. I think its overall could be quite good. Harry says, it would be interesting instead of painting the cloaks to stick some leaves on them, 2 to 3 different shades of brown and red. Yeah, that'd be quite cool for that sort of scheme. So I'm just looking at the troll. That is really awesome. So I'm going to save. I'll save one of the photos of that, and we'll get that up on the screen because that is really cool. So I'm going to make a new folder just for our I'll lose my voice again. Just for the stream, and then I'll put all the stuff we get sent into there. Like so. Broodlord is now a HQ. Yeah, that's to be expected. Mad Cow says, as a Sisters of Battle playing, I'm quite disappointed, but that was to be expected. Oh really? They are in there though. I assume. Right, so let's get this picture up. There he is, right, he's just going to cover the screen for a bit. So yeah, really cool. Oh, we're going a little bit funky here. What's going on down there? Okay, you can just cover the screen up for a bit. Benny Boy says, can you not join a unit then? Well, no one can actually join units anymore. Yeah, HQ choices can no longer join units, but they can't be picked out unless they're closest. So anyway, yeah, looking at this troll, it's really cool. I love that club. I think you've done a really good job on that. I'm actually quite curious to know what brands you used for that. So do share. And the metal looks really nice. That's really cool. Yeah, I always enjoy seeing people's miniatures, so do send them in. Now that is really cool. I like that. So I don't know what's happened to my text at the bottom. Has that gone funky for everyone else as well? There we go. That was strange. It just turned itself off. Mad Cow says the acts of faith are all shit except divine guidance, which lets a unit shoot 2 times in 1 turn. 1 unit per turn may use an act of faith on a roll of 2+, so it doesn't scale like the White Dwarf version. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, a lot of these rules they're only temporary. Let's not forget that. They will be replaced eventually, just like we've seen in Age of Sigmar. So I'm going to take some Dawnstone. We're going to do a few small patches of Dawnstone. And I think we'll use a lighter, like an old Furon Grey as well. And that should hopefully finish up. Basic miniature paintings has went to my local GW, and Lord of the Rings are going to be specialised and not available in the shop. Yeah, that's understandable. I think they're all just going to be handled by specialist games now. Wayne says, are there different chapter tactics? I believe there is, isn't there? So this is a very subtle colour to go on, so I'm only doing it small patches. Celestine allows another unit near her to perform an act of faith. And the new character, Image of Fire, allows a unit to perform an act of faith on a 4+, so instead of fixing the problem, you're forced to spam. Okay. So you just spam these HQ units to get more acts of faith. Well, GW want people to buy more miniatures, don't they? So Vandus, for anyone, including myself, who wants to know how the club was painted. So it was Ryan's Hide, dry brush with Mornfang, washed with Agrax, and then highlighted with Carrick Stone. Yeah, it looks like Carrick Stone. Looks really good. I think stuff like that with a lot of texture to them, you can get to look really good just with shades and dry brushes. So yeah, it's really cool that you've got the stuff already, Mad Cow. Very cool. I think a lot of stores are going to get 1 copy early, so they can start demoing 8th edition, getting their pre-orders in. We will be getting, hopefully be getting 10 boxes of the start set in and just sell the units and characters on the site. I might stick them up for pre-order, but I'm not actually going to be here for next week, but it's a 2-week. It's a 2-week pre-order, so I'm not a massive fan of doing stuff on pre-order, but they end up selling well, so. Oh, Madco says they're not HQ units, they're elite choices. The sisters now have 10 elite units, 4 of which are characters. Okay. So if you bought 5 pre-order bundles, you get a free demo box. And if you ordered all indexes, you get those early as well. Cool. I thought it would be more than that actually, but I guess a pre-order bundle is more than just the box. I'm sure with Horus Heresy games, to get them early, you need to order loads, because I'm sure our local store did. Oh, bundles, 450 euros each. Okay, that makes sense. So what's in the bundle? I'm intrigued. I'm not getting old Furon Grey. My old Furon Grey has seen better days. I don't know if you can see that. Can't really see inside it, but you can see it on the sides. Just there's some paint in there though, which is usable. So on this example we're using, there's actually quite a lot of lighter areas. So this is where either all works or all goes horribly wrong. I want to just use this colour to break up all of the lines, so it looks a bit more random, because a lot of it looking a bit too uniform for my taste actually. So that's a sort of effect we're going for. I will wash it to deepen the recesses. It's not really focusing too well. Come on. Does not want to focus, does it? You guys can sort of see what's happening there. But that's sort of what we're going with. That's good enough for me. So we're bundled of 4 start sets, a rulebook, 1 of each index, and 1 to 2 of all the extra things like the cards, dice, and objectives. That's not too bad. Alright, my local store, get a lot in. So this cloak's actually quite a bit more random than the others. I may have to go over these lighter areas just with another coat. Yeah, I'm quite liking that one. Let's see if that sort of focuses now. So I'm kind of happy with that. I'm just going to break this line up a little bit, like so. Maybe just a little bit. There. So Vandus is saying that the armour on his troll was painted with bolt gun metal or lead belcher. I've actually still got an old bolt gun metal. None of my old GW paints are alive. It was washed with non-oil, dry brush to bring up the metal and highlighted with runefang steel, and then dry brush on some spots with Ariza Rush and Typhus Corrosion. That is the way to do it. That's very nice actually. And just a final wash with non-oil, yeah. Looks really good. Harry says, hell yeah, that's cool. You could wash a bit of Agrax on the end of the cloak, dry brush some XV88 on the other one for dirt and a bit of contrast. That's actually a really good idea. Alex, Temp Tabletop, says he's got to go now. Hope the rest of the stream goes well, and he's liking the channel. Thank you. Enjoy yourself, whatever you do. This will be uploaded to YouTube afterwards, I believe, so you can always catch up with the last hour of the show. But thanks for watching. We do seem to get quite a lot of viewers come in early and then they drop off because I'm that interesting, I think. So I'm actually quite liking this camera, and I do like for suggestions from Harry. I was going to do non-oil wash, but we could go Agrax maybe. And I said the skin was Eshin Grey, dry. Well, the Eshin Grey dry brush, and then the glazed Gilliman Blue. It says a dry brush of the glazed Gilliman Blue. I don't know how you dry brush a glaze colour, unless you just really lightly applied it. That looks really good actually for skin. A carrot stone dry brush. That's cool. Basic Ninja Painting says, loving the stream. Just gotta go, catch the stream in 30 minutes. I'll be on my break. Yeah, we'll still be here. Vanda says yes! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. What to? Oh, obviously I'm a bit behind the chat. So yeah, I might just need to do 2 coats of this. Seems a bit thin though. Oh, drying the excess of glaze and lightly applying it. Cool. I might have to try that on something. Seems really interesting. Certainly different. I always like to try different techniques and styles for stuff. I need to find some more ideas for painting tutorials as well. If anyone's got any, do share it out. I did film a little video on colour theory today actually, what I put on the site, but I don't know whether to refilm it. I might do a different one. But we'll see how it came out. It was quite a basic, just using colour theory and complementary colours. Harry sent some more pictures of the side of the troll. Yeah, it's really good. I see what you mean about skin, and we'll stick that up just briefly. Yeah, it looks that was really nice what you've done on the skin. I see what you mean about the stippling of the darker colours. That's a really nice transition between the light and the dark actually. Really good. Yeah, very cool. So I'm just going to go back over these and do the just on the lighter colours. My Ashen Grey is terrible. I thought I had a better one actually. Which I might have. Let's have a look. Bear with me. Just behind me, I have a Tomb Kings Battalion box full of spare paints, which I actually got in a job lot. So there might be one in here. Lots of whites. Powered Witch Flash. Yeah, I've got all them paints there. Never one I want though. What's this one? Oh, Full and Grey. Haha, there we go. So I'll just stick that behind me. That's fine. So this one actually looks a little bit dried up, but at least we can fin it. Tomb Kings, those are quite expensive on eBay. Yeah, they probably are. Unfortunately, that's just a box. I actually sold my Tomb Kings. Which I'm a bit... I'm regretting slightly. So this will cover a lot better than the previous. I'll throw in grey, I'll probably throw that other one away. So Harry's saying on Vandus's troll you could do some a light purple wash just towards the fingers. That would be cool, just add a little bit more to it, but obviously it looks really cool as it is. But you can always go one step further with a lot of miniatures, can't you? They're never done until you say they're done. Yeah, Vander says if the paint's too dry, just add lime in medium. Yeah, I should add that more than water, really. I always just end up adding water to stuff. But I could actually put some in the pot. That's a good idea. So that's the cloaks so far. Obviously I will put a little wash on them. I'm going to do a thin wash. I do want to stick with non-oil though, I think. I don't have much of it left, but I'll just let this lighter grey dry, and I'm probably just going to apply it just in the recesses. I don't want to do it all over, because that'll just make the greys too dark. But we'll give them a little time to dry. While we're waiting for that, I might get out the tinny tin. I'll move these guys aside, and we'll batch paint the helmets. So this needs a good old shake. I'm still one scout short. I will have to get a heavy bolter scout at some point. So, this is like a sort of dark sort of copper colour. I want to go something different than just metal. And hopefully it will contrast well with the gas mask, which I'm planning on doing like a yellowy bone sort of cloth colour. By the way, are you good at painting skin? Is that you asking me? I did a couple of tutorials recently on painting different skin tones. I'll let you judge if I'm good or not. I like to think I'm getting better at skin. It is something I want to practice painting a bit more, especially like softer tones like female skin and stuff. But I thought my L'Oreal came out quite nice. But yeah, on our channel there is like a dark skin tutorial, which is actually this girl up here. I still haven't put her on her base, but I did her. I'm quite happy with how she came out. I know she's probably a bit too difficult to see on camera. And I did one for like an olive skin, and I don't know where she is. Is she up? She's just behind me. And this is the other one I did for like an olive skin. So like sort of a tanned skin. I'm quite happy with how she came out. So yeah, I don't know how well you can sort of see this sort of tin colour. It doesn't want focus, does it? Harry says the skin tutorials were really good. Thank you. With the light glazing on the recesses, if the colour is too dark, I managed to fix all the models. Was very helpful. Well, I'm glad they are helpful to someone. Even if these painting tutorials only help one person, I think that's worth doing. It is nice to know that I can lend a little bit of my wisdom. I don't claim to be a great painter by any means, but everyone's got to start somewhere, so even if I just help absolute beginners, it's better than... Not saying you are, but even just helping people who only just started out is still makes it worth doing for me. And if I can help people who are pretty decent painters as well, then all the better. But it's nice just to show off sort of how I do stuff. There's no right or wrong way when it comes to painting. I'm not telling people they should paint in the way anyway. I'm just showing them how I would go about achieving different effects and colours and painting different miniatures. I think a lot of painting tutorials online are like that. So Wayne says he's got to go. Well, goodbye. And we're going to be filming some more Shadow War games tomorrow though, I believe, so I shall see you tomorrow. Brandon says the only painting skin I might consider above standard is with airbrush. The smooth transition. That transition is just great. Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of airbrushing, isn't it? Sometimes on the smaller models though, it's a little bit well, I wouldn't say harder with an airbrush, but it can be a bit tricky. Oh, I'm glad you like the skin tutorials as well. Harry says the problem with me is that when I started painting, I watched a lot of tutorials, so I ended up painting 3 to 4 layers of highlights, even on my Skaven core units. Well, if you've got the time and the get up and go to actually do that, then go for it. I don't think I've got the motivation to do that. Didn't know you need 100 of them back then. Yeah, I would like you to paint 100 miniatures at all, let alone at a high standard. For core stuff, it really is just base coat, wash and highlight for me. Marek Wolf says, important to find your own style that you're comfortable with. Absolutely. And, hello. What you're working on, Marek, if anything? I always like to ask people what they're working on while they're watching or listening to the show, and I'm just nosy. Scotland Fair on a giant wolf for a competition piece. Awesome. Panda says, don't need more Horde, had enough with Tyranids and still got a lot to go. Yeah, I've got a lot of unpainted Tyranids. I've got a lot of unpainted everything. I do struggle when it comes to Horde armies. I've got loads of Praetorian Guard I need to paint up. Harry says, show something. I don't have anything to show. Apart from my own stuff. If you want to see any of my own stuff. Depends what you want to see though. Mark says that's why I left Stormcast a low model count. Yeah. Although I've still got a load of Stormcasts I need to paint, so I don't know what that says about me. So I'm almost done painting these helmets and then we'll go back to the cloaks. And then maybe we'll start painting the gas masks. Because I've got a rough idea of how I want to do them. Vander says he's got several 1,000-point Age of Sigmar armies. Some are Hordes, some aren't. I'm glad I'm not going on with several armies. Although I can't call my Death an army, I literally just have 6 models in the gash. Mark says when you have some of everything, it does become a problem. Your Stormcast collection is pretty massive. Yeah, I've pretty much almost got everything for the Stormcast, at least one of everything. But yeah, I try and get like as much as I can, just so we've got a variety to use on battle reports. Just getting them all painted is a problem. I've actually got a Dark Elf army as well that we haven't seen yet because I'm still one battle line. I'm one battle line unit short of actually a legal match play army. But once I get them done, we'll be sure to do a video with them. It's an all-female Dark Elf army using various elf units. They look quite cool. Harry says that's exactly what I mean. I'm dumb because I can't stop. Now I have 6,000 points of undead, which I'll never use. Yeah, I think we're all like that though. We just see new shiny stuff and we buy them, and they either don't get painted or they sit in boxes. Or by the time we do get round to painting some of them, a new army comes out and we want that instead. So there we go. We have helmets. That's just a bit of shine. Harry says we're all painted though, so you know that's good. You're doing better than me. Vander says the problem with the Age of Sigmar game is when it's small games you can pretty much stick anything, which means endless choices of, hey, new army, let's get it. Oh, there's another, and so on. That's exactly what's pretty much happening with me. Don't get me wrong, I quite like the Caradron Overlords, but I don't know when I'm going to be painting any more of them. I would like to finish the ships at some point. I think I showed off the I apologise, I've just I just knocked my lamp over and I nudged the camera. Anyway. Yeah, I showed these off before. See, this is what happens when you're in a very cramped little room and you've got wires and tripods and everything nearby. I think that's where we were. That's fine, I actually quite like this. Tarek says, woo action. Yeah, that's... See, something exciting happened. Everyone who's fallen asleep from my voice has just woken up. It was obviously deliberate. So, we're going to wash some oil on these. And I'll just move the lamp down a little bit. That's... No, we don't... That wasn't there before. There we go. That's like... That's not staying very level on there, my lamp. It's sort of leaning over for some reason. I wasn't doing that a minute ago. Come on. Okay, I can't say whether that's going to fall again or not. Not bad, just noticed a nice placement of the light. Have you tried those end riggers yet? No, I haven't actually had... I don't think I've even had a game of Age of Sigmar since the last Caradron Overlords bat rep we did. We're just doing all Shadow War at the moment just to fit this campaign in before 8th. But you'll certainly see them in a future bat rep. That is for sure. Mark says, when it comes problem with painting Caradron Overlords, so that there's many different textures. There's metal, tube, weird astronaut suits, and energy weapons. Yeah, I've tried to keep mine very simple. If I get them down without knocking everything over again, I've literally just got like a bronze, and a silver, and then just a blue, and there's not much else apart from that. You got a little bit of purple on his thing, and there's pouches, but I've kept them very simple. Really simple. Yeah, I mean, if you paint them properly, unlike me, there are a lot of metal variations. So you'd have gold, bronze, and silver. But I've just gone either gold and silver or bronze and silver. Benny Boy says the camo cloaks look great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how they're coming out, actually. This is non-oil, just make the recesses just a little bit darker so they do look like they have a little bit of depth. I am watering it down ever so slightly. Yeah, the Caradron Overlords are certainly an easy army to get burnt out on in regards to painting. I've certainly, I can certainly admit to that. But I'll go back to them. I feel like that with my Stormcast though, just all the gold and blue. So I do them in small doses. Yeah, they are a tough army to play. Did anyone notice the new Space Marines have the exact same pose for them flying dwarfs? Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the new Jump Pack Marines. Thing is, these new flying stands sort of, I think they might restrict the pose a little bit. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm not a massive fan of them. They look like they're going to be quite good rules-wise, though. But, I don't know, they're quite bulky for a flying unit, aren't they? But until you see them in person and see 360-degree views of them, it's hard to say for sure. Yeah, you do need to find a good synergy with the Caradron Overlords. I think that applies to a lot of armies in Age of Sigma, and it'll probably be like that in 8th edition as well. I hope we do get that in 8th edition, like a lot of synergy. So that's actually one thing I do like about Age of Sigma. Mark says they're not that fun to play against because all that shooting makes you go, ugh. Yeah, they're very shooty, aren't they? Which wouldn't be too bad in a 40k game. But yeah, in Age of Sigma. And no fun to play against with an all melee Stormcast list. No, you have to have some shooting against them, really. Harry says he'll think he'll use some metal rods and put them higher, like 3 to 4 inches. That'd be quite cool. Flyrants are also flying units and bulky. And you heard no one complaining. Okay. I'm sure some people are complaining. Flying monstrous creatures are, you know, they've been quite good in 7th edition, so I'm sure people will complain. But it's going to be interesting to see how they work in 8th. Okay, so I said we're going to do a gas mask, didn't I? So I'm going to get some Carrick Stone. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm going to base coat the gas mask with Carrick Stone. Shockingly. Ah, that comment was towards the new promos being too bulky to fly. Yeah, but the Tyrannid's got like massive wings. Whereas these have got these weird jump pack thingies. Mark Wolf says he loves the cotton ball cloud effect you did on the big ship. That was pretty awesome. That was also just to stop the bloody thing falling over. It wasn't glued to the base or anything. We just want something to prop it up with because that was just awful. I hate the flying stands on the big ships. So yeah, we just thought we'd use that. It looks like clouds. It sort of works, and yeah, it did look quite cool in the end. So it was a happy little accident, as Bob Ross would say. But no doubt when we use the ships again, we'll probably just use that method. So there's a Carrick Stone. I know it doesn't want focus, but Carrick Stone. I'll give it an Agrex wash and then highlight it up. Do metal on the end. So that's sort of what we're going to go for. Harry says, I expect that at some point, maybe after the 2nd edition of Age of Sigmar, they will say you can play 40k with or against Age of Sigmar units, since Age of Sigmar has realms which are not time related. I hope not. I hope not. They're still 2 different games. There'll be enough difference between 8th edition and Age of Sigmar. It just took the best stuff out of Age of Sigmar. The games are getting closer together. I don't think they're going to get bent together, but... And we did actually do a game where we used Tyrannids in Age of Sigmar, because there was like a fan-made codex. They were a bit pants. But it was a fun game. Is it me, or after that camera action you actually got better quality pics? I think it might be a better angle now. But essentially the lamp wire is actually running across my sort of feet, and I knocked it, and it knocked into the tripod. But I'm gonna get like an extension plug, so I won't have to have the lamp or wire running across there. It's not normally there, it's just there for this live feed. Vander says that new Dreadnought, oh my god, so cool. Ah, it's awesome, isn't it? I love the new Dreadnought. All I would say though is I wish the legs were a bit bulkier, because it looks like it skipped leg day. But it actually has knees. It's a Dreadnought with knees. Yeah, Jav says he's going to grab a few. I certainly am as well. Yeah, me and Jab are getting excited about it actually having these. Yeah, what is that Gatling gun thing? It has any stats for it yet? Not that I know of, but it looks awesome. I'm a fan of any sort of Gatling type weapon. My favourite weapon's actually the Vulcan Mega Bolter, because it's just awesome. It just looks amazing, and it's a really cool weapon. So anything sort of Gatling like that is pretty cool. Like Punisher cannons are pretty cool. Basic Miniature Painting says hi all, he's back again. Hello. You haven't missed much. I managed to knock the camera over at one point. You might have missed that. Madco Crazy says, wow, he's found a website that sells GW at minus 25% UK prices. I can buy an Ogren unit from that store for 21.38, which is roughly 24 euros. As a stock gift, he can buy it for 20 euros. Really? Yeah, I mean, the exchange rate is just... Well, yeah, I did say GW's currency rate is burning people over, but the way the pound has just crashed since the Brexit vote, and there's no sign of like much recovery from it. So it is a bit of a... But then wouldn't that make it better? I don't know. Just that the GW prices just haven't kept up with the ever-changing currency, so some people might get a bad deal. Even the plasma weapons partly seem tired. The Imperium is lifting the heresy bias and shaping the arsenal to a more technological, reliable products. Well, who knows where Belisarius Crawl is getting some of his technology from. I actually think they look more like the AdMech plasmas than Tau stuff. But yeah, I really like the plasma guys. Wayne and Jab keep winding me up, saying that because I roll a lot of ones, that I'll be overcharging them and just killing them. I don't think I'd dare. I know what my rolling's like. But then all three of us have had some really bad rolling in these Shadow War games. It is the Bitzbox dice, I swear. The Dreadnought plasma cannon seemed partly like an iron cannon. Oh really? I'll have to have another look. I like that Dreadnoughts are going to be more viable. They have 4 attacks now. It was always ridiculous just them having like 2 attacks and they just get held up in combat. It's just ridiculous. Because they would just smash their way through infantry. So hopefully they can do that now. But yeah, I hope a lot of units become more viable. So I'm not over here again, aren't I? The moment that basic infantry can wound vehicles, a lot of stuff will change. Yeah, a lot of people aren't too happy with that. Yeah, I mean, in regards to everything being able to wound everything, I do like it. But I don't know. I think the odds for like a load of guardsmen taking down like a land raider would just be so minimal. I mean, they have got little bloody lasers basically. Like lads guns are still like lasers. They realistically probably could take it down with like hundreds of shots. But you know, if you're going to focus all that power onto a single tank, then it keeps your other infantry units alive. So, yeah, I sort of welcome it. Some stuff's going to be really hard to kill. I mean, I don't know if it's in the Land Raider stats. I think they're like toughness 8, 16 wounds, and a 2+ save or something. You need everything to be able to wound it, otherwise it just won't die. Basic Miniature Painter says he's never played the game. Is the new box set 3rd of June pre-order worth the money? I might be a bit biased, but absolutely. Absolutely. When that was £95, but you do get a lot of miniatures in it, and they are quite large. So, and you get the full rulebook. So, that's hardback as well, I think. They say it takes 500 shots to take out a Land Raider. However, pretty much depends on your opponent's dice roll. If it's bad rolling, it can go down to like 30. Yeah. But then, you know, in the current edition, one good melter shot could just take it out. So it sort of swings and roundabouts, isn't it? You know, one melter gun's not going to pop a Land Raider now. So I'm thinking I'll do the metal on these before I wash them, and I'll wash the metal with that. I'm still not decided about doing like a day bottom of the cloaks. I think I will, but the ink washing isn't dry yet. But I don't want to go too brown because they're going to be on an urban thing. Bitzbox, dude, you've just sold me into buying a new box set. Yeah, you should. You certainly should. If you want to get into 40k, then the starter set's always a way to go. So let's grab a metal. Where's fresh metal? My favourite metal is fresh metal by Scale 75. It's right here. They have heavy metal, black metal, and fresh metal. And there is white alchemy, don't we? The new box set of the game is worth it. It's going to be 54 models. Is it really 54 models? That seems too much. But then the Poxwalkers, there's quite a few of them. I haven't actually counted. Harry says if my brother wants to finally get it, I may buy 4 to 5 boxes. So I thought I was nuts. But I want to buy 12, but 10 of them will be for the actual website. So the whole idea is to make money back off them. If I can get them. You should try Vallejo's metal colour range. I swear they are the best paints on the best metal paints on the market. Oh really? So I think these are. If you haven't tried these, try them and compare them. I'm not saying that these are better because I haven't tried Vallejo metal, but these are amazing. Basically, anyone apart from GW just does good metals, it seems. Oh, you have tried them, and you still think Vallejo ones are better. I may have to try them out then. I've got like some of the generic game colour ones, but I'm not a massive fan of them. Harry says, holy moly. Is that at the paints or the model count? It's always difficult when I'm I'm ahead of the chat basically. So what you're hearing now, I've already said about 10 to 20 seconds ago. Vallejo makes them in 35ml bottles. You can blend them with just water and the pigment doesn't go all chunky. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm always interested in trying out different paints. And I can't say I've had any complaints with Vallejo stuff in the past. Yeah, so it is 54 models in the new set. Nice. Harry agrees with me on the metal paints. I mean, I love Scale 75. I mean, yeah, they're just... The coverage on these paints is really good. Marek says they have 16 colours just for steel. Yeah, I mean, a lot of paint companies really have some... They just have so many paints, don't they? Like, I know GW do a lot, but some of the other ones really focus more on certain colours a bit better. I mean, I don't know why GW have like hundreds of different paints, yet there's only a small number of purples. And there's barely any yellows. They have increased the range of metallics, but I'm just not a fan of like any of them apart from Retributor Armour and Stormhost Silver. They're the only two I really use. So I really got a good assembly line here. It's going to be annoying that, well, it is annoying that I haven't got the heavy bolter marine. So he'll have to be painted up all on his lonesome. It says that's because I think they still use metal shards or something like that, dust or something. Don't know the terminology. Yeah, I wouldn't say dust. I know what you mean though, but yeah, I don't really know the terminology either. Vallejo air metals are as good as hell though, already thinned out. Yeah, I think I have actually got some of them. If you try two of them, like dark aluminium and aluminium, you will throw the rest of your metal paints out, no joke. I don't want to throw the rest of my metal paints out, but I will try them. So, I'll just let these dry a little bit and we'll wash the helmets with some Agrax. But I quite like the Scale 75 got all these like different coloured metallics as well. So I'm tempted when the Primaris Marines come out to maybe do some Marines in like one of these like metallic-y colours. Just for something different. But I don't know yet. Obviously, I've got some Model Air Arctic Blue, which is really nice. I use that on my Stormcast. But it's amazing, really. Like, you think Citadel would, you know, a lot of their paints are really good, but you think they'd do a bit better with metallics. Harry says, send you a pic. Maybe you can help me on how to achieve that colour. Oh, Basic Miniature Painting has subbed to Marek's channel. Cool. What you got on your channel? I may have to have a look as well, and I'll look at Basic Miniature Painting later on as well. So, Vander says there's 22 Primaris Marines and 32 Death Guard. How many of them are the Poxwalkers? Is it 10 or 20? Oh, almost a blue-green, but not exactly. It's from Forge World. So they might have used, because they've got like some candy colours that they do. So they may have used that. There may actually be a tutorial around somewhere. If it's like for that Alpha Legion, there is a tutorial about somewhere. And I believe it uses their like candy colours from their airbrush range. I don't actually have any of the Forge World paints, but I wouldn't mind picking them up. I just wish their airbrush range were in droppers. So let's get our Agrax. Wherever I put it. Right here. So we've only got Harry says, did you see my Skaven spawns? No, what email address did you send them to? Because I have nothing else in my inbox. Founder says the Forge World pigments are great. Yeah, I've heard good stuff about their pigments, actually. Certainly have to pick some up in the future. Obviously, when the new index books come out, I need to put a Forge World order together. But I only really order Forge World if we go over the £250 limit. So it's either if I need a lot of stuff, or a few of us want to get stuff. Because their shipping's still a bit stupid. I'd rather just have a free shipping. I'm actually waiting on a Forge World order at the moment. Mark says he's just got sculpting tutorials and some narrative reports with some more time mixed in. Cool. Well, sculpting is certainly an area that I'm terrible at and would like to improve on, so I may have to check some of them out. Do you think GW will make their paints in dropper bottles? Who knows, because they are listening to the community a lot more these days. I don't know how much control GW have over the Citadel stuff. I don't know if that's a separate division or what, really. I don't know how that works, but I think there's a possibility. I think it's certainly something we might see in the future. It'll be a good day when that happens. I can only think they keep these ones because they dry out easily, meaning people will be more likely to buy new ones. That's capitalism for you, isn't it? But I'm not too fussed that the actual normal paints aren't. It's just the airbrush range. I think it's ridiculous that they're not. Parent says you almost lost it when they came out of the airline in the stupid pots. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. I do actually have all of them behind me. You probably can't see on the little camera. Actually, they're the other side of the room. But yeah, I do use them, but they're horrible to use. And like the flip lids don't really stay open very well. So essentially, you end up with a pot like this. You open it, and as you pour it, the lid goes down like that, and you can't pour your paint out. So you have to sort of stick something in there to keep it open. And just put, you know, if you just want a little bit, you can use like little dropper bottles and stuff, but the little pipette things. But I don't know. That's a lot of hassle in it when you can just use Vallejo. Oh, here we go. I do have it now, Harry. So let's get that up on there. When it wants to do something, it's thinking about it. Is this a large image? Because it's just taking a little while to load. Okay. So we'll get that on the screen. That's really disturbing. But let's have a look. Mark says he got sick of using and cleaning my droppers. Yeah, I do as well. And for some reason, this has decided to do it sideways. Genius. Is there a way to flip this? Who knows? I don't know. Yes, there is. But not like that. Ta-da! I'm still learning. So, let's make it bigger. And I believe you can do that. No, not like that. Okay, that wants to do the whole thing. Okay, well, I'll just leave it like that. And exciting, I know. Yeah, creepy but awesome. I agree. I'm just wondering if I can just crop the top. There we go, and then we can make it bigger. So I'm getting better with the software. I watched a few videos, as I said, so we can see what's going on. There we go. Yeah, that is just creepy. But I like creepy stuff. I want to do some, yeah, it's Harry's fault, I know. It's all your fault. No, that's really cool. I want to do, like, I think I mentioned it in the last live show, I want to do, like, a sort of creepy, macabre, sort of, Dark Eldar army using, like, grotesques and racks and stuff. Fan says burn it with fire. Yeah, it makes a really good spawn though, doesn't it? Really like that. Pretty disgusting, but pretty cool. But yeah, very nice. Very cool. I'm trying to see if I can recognise any bits there. I guess there's obviously parts from the Chaos spawn. Some green stuff work as well, where I look through it. And some random hands and stuff. 3 Skaven heads and ghoul hands and some Terrorgeist bits. Ah, from the ghouls. I actually bought some ghoul bits to use for my Dark Eldar recently. Yeah, really cool. I'm always interested to see what people come up with. You know, we get hundreds of orders every week, and some of the bits people buy are so random. I always get really intrigued just to know what they actually end up doing with them. If you show me this in real, I'm going to pick a flamethrower and burn it. Yeah. So none of it's actually from spawn. Ah, I love it sculpted. Cool. That's really good. You're already a lot better than I am in regards to sculpting. Darren says the left one looks like it's saying hi. It is sort of waving at us, isn't it? Very cool. I could probably get rid of that urban digital picture now, can't I? Bloop. See Vulcan just hanging around in the background there. So we've got 8 minutes left. Marek says he's got like all his Stormcast bits from us for his Wolves of Sigma army. Cool. Certainly email us some photos of them, and if we don't show them tonight, I can show them in the next show, which will be in 2 weeks, by the way. So I'm going away next week. So if you do want to order bits from our site, do that by Thursday, and we'll dispatch them Friday. And then after Friday, you will have to wait a week, I'm afraid, because I will be away, and I won't have access to my emails, or I certainly won't be checking them that often. But it'll be nice to have a break. It'll certainly be nice. Fanda says burn the rats. Now, I've never been much of a fan of Skaven. I like a lot of the bigger stuff. Like Storm Fiends are really cool. I really like them. And the Vermin Lord I really like. But like things like Clan Rats and Plague Monks and stuff, I certainly couldn't see myself painting them. I sort of just look at a Clan Rat. I couldn't imagine trying to paint 100 of them. Fantasy says had enough of facing the pestilence in the last 4 months at his game store. Yeah, I don't think I've ever fought against Skaven. I think Wayne got some, or he had some. I don't know if he still got them. I really like the Forge World Vermin Lord as well. So there might not be any more time to paint more on these guys, but I think we've done quite well today. Still waiting for the wash to dry on the faces. They're slowly getting there. Annoyingly, when I'm away, obviously I won't get no painting done, but I'm going to take a lot of stuff with me to build if I get any free evenings. So yeah, next video will be a couple of weeks, and who knows what we'll be doing by then. But we'll be getting closer to 8th edition. Be cool. I'm just checking the calendar. I certainly want to keep these on Monday nights. So that'll be the 12th. So we'll be very close to a release of 8th. And then, of course, after that, I can show off some stuff from 8th in the future shows. So we'll probably be working on them for a little while. So yeah, I think I applied the wash quite heavy on these because it's just taking a while to dry. It's not as muggy now as it was. It's a bit cooler as well. But I'm really liking how these are coming out. Harry says, I hope you'll do a show there or I'll send the spawns over. Yeah, when I'm away I won't be able to. Or if I do, it'll just be me talking to a camera because I won't have all these cameras. I'll just have my iPad. But I don't think the missus will be too happy about that. So I think I might just have to risk the spawns. Van says the pestilence is nasty. Yeah, I've never actually... I haven't even looked at the rules properly, so... Anyone else storing their green stuff in the fridge as weather is so warm right now? It's a good idea if you are actually using green stuff. I very, very rarely use it, so mine's just bunged in a drawer, but it's probably not doing it much good. But yeah, sticking it in the fridge is a good idea when it's like warm and muggy like it has been. Harry said, "Get 'em, boys." Yeah, there's gonna be some scouts. There's gonna be some spawn knocking on my door here, isn't there? Or I'm gonna wake up in a cold sweat, having a nightmare about that thing. Vander says his green stuff is a nice cold spot on the desk that never takes the sun. Yeah, mine's in a drawer, so that won't be in the sun either. Certainly don't leave your green stuff out in the sun. If you take any advice from this video, take that. But yeah, sculpting's not something I don't do a lot, and I'd like to actually get better at it, but I don't know, I don't find a lot of need to use it, but I should. Jab's actually really good at sculpting. In one of our upcoming Shadow War videos, he sculpted like a greatcoat Ogren for the Krieg. Looks really cool. He just sculpted the coat on. He didn't sculpt the whole thing, because that would have been really impressive. But yeah, that was quite cool. And he's really modest about it, but it does look cool. So, yeah, we're almost finished. So, I think we might just leave it at that. Because I'm not going to be getting any more painting done now, and I think I'll run out of stuff to say. I don't want to bore you all, so we shall leave it at that, I think. So I do apologise for the sound issues we had at the beginning. But I know now if I get a problem with the webcam as I did, I'll just assume that's also a problem. The microphone's having that problem as well. Vander just says, considering his future products after 8th edition, he's going to be buying some AVP to proxy Tyranids, like a 1,000 points list. However, people have been saying bad stuff about Protoss. Yeah, I've heard a lot of bad stuff about them as well. I did get the AVP game, and it was really nice. Don't get me wrong, but I know Protoss have had a few problems. Harry says, in case you can't write, good night till next time. Now you have to eat some warm bread with butter. It was very cool. And I don't know what is there a spit in the game? Okay. Yeah, thank you, Harry. Thanks for coming along. Thank you everyone else for coming along. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. See, Jab's being models again. He said that coat wasn't his best work. It looks good. It looks good. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, I do apologise for the microphone issue at the beginning and for nudging the camera over. Inspiring. I was going to say that word made no sense. Thank you. I'm glad I can inspire some people. So yeah, it's been good fun. I will miss doing it next week, even though I'll be having a good time on holiday. I'll still miss the show, and I'll miss you guys. Don't worry. There will be videos going out on the channel though. We've got so much Shadow War stuff filmed. It's all going to be scheduled up. So look out for that. Mondays and Thursdays for Shadow War. And then if we can get something for 8th done before I go away, we will. And I'll probably get a video on Card Theory up as well. So yeah, if you want to see more stuff on the channel, that will still be happening. So yeah, thanks so much. And as Vanda says, a good rat is a dead rat. And on that note, I'll see you all in a couple of weeks.